Now, Ray, you may have noticed in the name of our show is called Carrie and Tommy, and I'm Tommy, but there is
Where's Carrie?
Well, Carrie's not here for a very good reason, because she absolutely adores you.
Oh,
We literally did.
really?
We literally did our Spotify Wrapped at the end of last year, and of her top 5 songs, I think 3 were your songs.
Really?
Yes.
Tay.
Yeah. And I should explain. So where she is standing, you can't see her at the moment, but where she is standing is outside the studio, and she has a blindfold on.
Really?
She had a crap week last week, and she talked about that on air. And we thought instead of telling her that you're going to be here, we thought we would
Make it a surprise.
Yes.
Okay.
Should we bring her in?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. She's just come into the room. Hey, Carrie.
Hi.
We've just got to get you over to your microphone and get your headphones on. We know you have a blindfold. Shuffle yourself into the desk and grab those headphones that Pippa is handing you and put them over your ears. Can you hear me in your headphones?
Yeah, I can.
Well, we have a special guest that would like to speak to you.
Hi, Carrie. How are you doing? I I heard you have really excellent taste in music, and I just wanted to say thank you for having great taste in music and for making me
Oh my
3
God.
songs of your top 5 Spotify rap.
I know who this is and I love it so much.
Because I can see you already know exactly who our special guest is. But in case you just want the dulcet tones to really hammer it home.
'Cause I'm a woman, I'm a very fucking brave, strong woman, and I'll be damned if I let a man ruin how I walk, how I talk, how I do it.
It's making me cry.
Nice. That song's so emotional.
That's
it
what
makes me so absolutely so emotional every time I listen to it when I'm having a shit day and there's a lot of them. I'm like, no, you.
Not the tissues being brought in the corner.
Ray, do you know
Such a hit.
that's what I drive around with my windows down, and I'm singing those exact
You're
lyrics.
singing Ice Cream Man. Is that your pick from the album?
The big black
Absolutely.
V8.
It's Ice Cream Man. Yeah, and people must look at me. Do you know you have that impact? Like, do you know there's men on the other side of the world
Saying
who
we're
have
a
their
brave,
windows
strong
down
woman.
going, I'm a woman.
No, do you know what actually? Do you know what actually as well? A lot of the gay community reached out and expressed that song is a really important one to them as well. I think, beyond my perspective, obviously as a woman, we all have those moments of, you go through difficulties. It's obviously, I think women get a really hugely unfair bulk of dealing with a lot of SH,
Yep.
feel the rest of the word, but the human experience isn't always pretty. It's not always lovely. It's not always nice. There's really some really tough times, and music is medicine for that, So I love that you're finding some sort of medicine inside that too.
Are you
Absolutely.
able to tell, just for people that don't know, obviously in your words, as much as you're comfortable, about what that song is about?
It's a really tricky subject. The subject of that song is, about trauma and PTSD and sexual assault and the R word, which it's all these things that I think are really, really, I find really uncomfortable to talk about. And I think I went through, kind of my unfair share of things, especially coming up as a young woman in the industry. When you're young and hungry, you're very vulnerable. I was extremely vulnerable and sadly in some really tough, horrible scenarios. There are some women out there who have the strength to just be like, do you know what? I'm going to deal with this head on. And they're extremely brave. And I don't personally have that strength. So for me, my way of being able to be loud about something that I've been so quiet about for so many years was through music, And 1 in 3 times I sing that on the stage and I'm absolutely a mess. It's still a very much a sore subject, something that is really tough, but I think it's important to have conversations about it and let it out. I think the toughest thing is when you're just holding these things in secret as if you're the person who's done something wrong, or it's quite heavy. Sorry to just dampen the vibes like that.
No,
but,
no. I mean, I asked the question because I think I find it fascinating also the idea of what it must have taken, because it is about someone in particular, what it must take to put that out into the world and thinking about the ramifications of all of that. Like, you say that you're, not tough enough. I mean, that's a strength more than anything, I think, to be so forthcoming with something so personal that a person out there is going to hear and go, that's me and that's about me. Did it make you nervous to do that? And have there been for you repercussions from that?
What I'm talking about in that song is some of the ugliest experiences I've ever experienced as a human, and yet I get to make something at least beautiful, something at least that allows other people to feel seen it if they need it. I had some therapists reach out and tell me that before they do therapy sessions with some people who are dealing with those subjects, they play that song for them, and I'm like, wow, like,
Wow.
just the ultimate validation of just feeling less alone, and you push on through it as best you can, and a song like that really really was medicine for me.
Mm.
I don't think if there are people out there that aren't that into music generally, which is something I will never understand, but they exist in this world. I don't think they get that for people who love music, music can quite literally save people's lives.
It really can.
Yeah.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Some of these songs also did for me,